Good morning, students. This video is for class 6 science. So today also we will continue with physics, and today our topic of discussion will be one more simple machine, that is pulley. In the last class we have discussed about the first simple machine, that is lever. Today we will discuss about pulley. What is a pulley? A pulley is a wheel. A pulley is a simple machine in which it is grooved from inside. That means you will find, suppose this is a pulley, it is grooved from inside. It is grooved. This is carved portion. This is carved portion in which a rope is rotating so that it makes your work easier. A pulley is a simple machine that has a grooved wheel which is capable of rotating about its axis and a rope to move a load. So it is fixed. This pulley is fixed and it rotates about an axis. Fixed place and it rotates so that your work becomes easier. So when you pull a rope here you have a load and you pull from here. And this pulley, it rotates and lifts your load. This makes your work easier. One end of the rope is attached to the load and force and effort is applied on the other end. So in one end of the rope you tie the load, and on the other end you apply your effort, you pull the rope and the load is being lifted. Pulleys are used in cranes, motors and other machines. So these pulleys are specially used in cranes, then you find in motor, and there are some other machines also where we use pulley. Pulleys are of two types: single fixed pulley and single movable pulley. Single fixed pulley is a pulley in which this pulley will be fixed in one place. But single movable pulley will be this. Suppose if this is a fixed place, when you tie the rope, this pulley will be here. This pulley will be here. You can see the picture. So that is. Sometimes you have double pulley also. Here you will have one pulley and you will have one more on the other side, which makes your work more easier. So let us study about the single fixed pulley. A single fixed pulley is fixed on a support and has a fixed axis of rotation. So this single fixed pulley, it is fixed here. It is, and it has a fixed axis of rotation which is fixed, and the pulley rotates over and over. It helps us to lift a load easily by changing the direction of force. So this single fixed pulley, it helps you to lift the load very easily by changing the direction of the applied force. Now you see, this load is being lifted upward, but you are applying the force downward. That means it is changing the direction of the force you apply or the effort you apply. It does not increase or decrease the effort required to move the load. So this single fixed pulley, it does not decrease or increase the amount of effort you give to lift this load. Next is the single movable pulley. Single movable pulley is able to move over the rope through the groove. That means one end of the rope is fixed and this wheel is moving in the rope. This wheel is moving in the rope, and the rope is fixed and effort is applied on the other end. So one end of the rope is fixed, the pulley is moving over the rope, and on the other end we apply the effort. The load that is to be moved is hung on a hook of the pulley. So this movable pulley has a hook. And in this hook the load is hung. It is used to move or lift heavy loads. Movable pulley decreases the effort. Single fixed pulley does not decrease the effort or it does not increase the effort. But single movable pulley, it decreases the effort required to move the load. So mechanical advantage of single movable pulley is 2. That means whenever your effort is reduced, the amount of effort you apply, whenever it is reduced, it actually increases the efficiency of the machine. That means the mechanical advantage will always be greater than 1. So I hope all of you have understood this pulley. Next is inclined plane. Inclined plane means a sloping plane. Inclined plane is a sloping plane. That means from a greater height to a lower height, and it is sloping, it is slanting, tilted. An inclined plane is a rigid sloping surface on which load can be pushed up or pulled down to reach the raised platform. So this sloping surface is known as inclined plane, in which you can either push the load or you can pull the load, so to get that load, to bring that load to the desired place, wherever you want to wherever you want to take the load up. For example, loading heavy cartoon boxes onto a truck using an inclined plane is easier than lifting a box. So suppose this is a truck and you want to load this heavy cartoons. So instead of carrying that on your head and keeping in the truck, if you simply push this load and load the truck, it will be easier for you to load the truck, because it is easier to push in the inclined plane rather than carrying on your head. Other example of inclined planes include driving a vehicle onto an elevated platform, roads in hilly areas. Then you will find in the hospitals, all those who move by using wheelchair, they have slanting roads to move to different floors of the hospitals. Slides in park and staircases. The amount of effort depends on the weight of the load and the angle of the inclined plane. So what amount of effort you have to apply to overcome the work, to do the work, it depends on that how heavy the load is and how slanting the inclined plane is. The inclined plane is at which angle. If the angle is more, see what they have said, larger the angle of the inclined plane, greater will be the effort required. So if this angle is greater, that means you have to apply more force, more effort, and if the angle is less, you have to apply less effort. So I hope you have understood this inclined plane. So children, for today we will keep it in here. In the next class we will study about the other simple machines. So for today up to this much. Thank you class.